guys, welcome to 36. This is another episode, and today I have my homie, I don't even know, we go way back. This is
Way
Emma
back.
from, when did we meet? Years ago.
You were my manager.
Oh yeah, wait, don't talk too much. Before we get into the backstory, just let me let you guys know, this is 36, right? So we're here for 36 minutes, and I'm interviewing my homie Emma, who is a very talented entertainer, right? That's what you want, an entertainer?
Performer.
She's gonna tell you guys. She's gonna introduce herself, give you guys the background. She is a woman of many talents. Now, Emma, I'm gonna shut up and let you do your thing. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
All right. Hey guys, it's your girl Emma Ute. And yes, as my homie said, I do many things. I'm a performer. I act, I model, I dance, I sing, and also, I'm also a comedian at the same time.
Yeah, she's hilarious. You guys need to follow her on Twitter, Instagram, everything. She's funny. So, how did you let's give a little bit of a backstory. How did you get into your crafts, your passions, everything? Is it something you stumbled into? Did you grow up knowing this is what I wanted to do? What's the backstory?
I've always wanted to be a performer. I've always loved. I remember going back into when my mom always knew that I was a dancer. Yeah. She said ever since I was able to walk, I didn't even walk, I danced. And I didn't believe
dancing around the house?
Dancing around the house. And then once I started talking, I started singing. Wow. And then my mom put me in into the church choir. Okay. She put me in anything that was accessible, she was financially able to. Yep. Me and my siblings. My older sister stopped doing it. Mm-hmm. My younger sister was just this is not for me. And then I just kept doing it. And a lot of my family members, they would ask me when I was younger, what did you want to do, or who do you want to be when you were older? And I always said, I was I want to be a singer, I want to be a model. And they always made fun of me for being skinny, and now I'm putting it to good use. I'm who's laughing now?
That's crazy. So it's funny because I remember I wanted to be a Power Ranger when I was young. I used to come home and watch Power Rangers.
I was
that's what I want to be.
Which Ranger?
The red one, of course.
Okay.
The red one.
It was red and black. That was my favorite.
True. The black one is cool. So, watching that, I don't know. For me, it was just I had the same vision. I wanted to perform too. And I think that's why me and Emma click, and we've been friends for so long, because we have a similar vision. We're killing our own. This is about her, but I just wanted to say this is why. Very true. This is why she's the second guest. This is why we have her here today, just to kind of break down, what she's working on, what she has going on, because you guys know that 36 is all about the people, right? It's not about me. It's about the people, the community. So we're gonna use this to share. How did Emma get into her thing? Maybe to give you guys some tips, and then we're going to go over a bunch of different topics. We have a lot of craziness that went on this week, so be ready. But before we jump into that, let's keep talking about Emma. So for people watching, right, at home, and say, because I know there's a lot of people that, have passions and goals and dreams and things that they want to do, but they don't know how to go about it. You kind of touched upon, when you were younger, you got into, workshops and classes and stuff. Mm-hmm. What advice can you give? Do you think that's the best way to go for people? Say somebody's, they want to get into dance right now. What advice could you give them?
Okay, honestly, I'm very passionate about this subject because I went through so many, ups and downs, and scams being one of them, especially in Boston. Yeah. So, my biggest thing that I would tell anybody, the biggest platform right now in this time period is social media. So build your your following, network, and just if you're a dancer, make dance videos, upload your videos. Hashtags are life, and just have your friends. Hopefully you have enough supporters to support you and share your craft. But record dance videos, record singing videos. That's your thing. Modeling, you just gotta put yourself out there. Acting, put yourself out there. Honestly, it's not about what you know, but it's who you know. It's If we're networking right now, we're making this video. Right. I mean, this will never happen if I didn't know you.
Right. Exactly.
It's always about networking is key. That's live your life. Word. Same with the highlights life. Networking's life.
See, this is what I mean. This is Emma. So, and it's funny. I didn't tell her to say that. We didn't even have I didn't even tell her the questions. Everybody knows that I love social media. So the fact that she said that, I'm happy. Just because I agree. I think it's it's like a TV network, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's ABC, CBS, all those big networks. But now Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram are those different channels. Now you just have to like put the Emma show out there or put your show out there, whoever's watching. So like I always say this, like take it serious, because
you gotta take it serious.
You never know, like people are always watching. So even if you don't know they're watching, even if they don't double tap and like people are watching. So like if you're consistent and you're good, like I was saying this to Emma earlier, she's good at what she does. So it's just a matter of time before it really pops, right? So as long as she's consistent and she doesn't stop, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Now for you, you've been doing this for how long?
Since 2012, seriously.
Okay.
Because I was like, me and my mom had a deal. She told me, she said, if you can do one thing for me, she said, the only thing you can ever do for me, just finish with school. That was like the only thing she ever expected from me.
You to finish it.
So I was like, you know what, Mom? Bet. That's the deal. I was just like, I'll finish high school. Once I finish high school, let me get my BA.
Yep.
And then let me just put myself like out there for me, because I'm doing this for you.
Yep.
Once I hand you that degree, I was just like, I'm taking it after that. She was just like, all right, cool. But 2012 was when I wanted to do both.
Yeah.
Like school.
Both what? School and the arts, like the entertaining, everything. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to get my footwork because I didn't want to just jump into it after without any like knowledge. So, like 2012, started doing college shows, fashion shows. Started networking through there with designers, with other models. My following started growing because people look at my numbers now on social media. And I'm like, it took years to get that.
Wow.
Like it didn't happen overnight. I wish it did.
Make sure you guys follow her too. We're gonna put all her info down below. So let me ask you this now, because we're sitting in a college, right? My old stomping grounds. And you had a deal with Mom. So what are your thoughts on like school? So say somebody they want to get into the arts or entertainment. How do you feel about that? Like the whole going to college thing.
Okay, so I feel like in life there's always like there's pros and cons to everything.
Right.
School, I don't want to sit here and seem like an advocate for school, because school's not for everybody.
Very true.
Like the way I learned is probably not the same way somebody else learns. You know, but if you know school is not for you, but you giving it a try and you're just like, I'm not getting it, it's just I'm not comfortable.
It's not your thing.
You just gotta find out what is your thing and go and really focus and do it. Honestly, if I can do it all over again, would I do it? I feel like I would regret not going to school, because I also network with a lot of people as well.
That is a good thing about school. That is.
College is it's not about like what you're learning really. It's about like the brand. If I went to Harvard, people, you went to Harvard.
Right.
Connection, automatic connection right there. Right. Just like, and I can get that job because of the name, the brand. It's not about the clothing that you're wearing, the exact clothing you're wearing, the brand. Who's
it by?
Exactly.
Like okay,
you're paying for the name.
That's it. I agree. I completely agree. Like I feel like there are certain things where you're gonna have to go to school. You know, like if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor, or like you need a specialized skill. But I feel like at the same time right now, like 2017, there's so much online that you can learn without going to school and, you know, taking on all that debt. So it's a catch-22. I feel like nowadays there's like a shift going on. Maybe by like, not our kids, but like our grandkids, their generation, it might be totally different, where it's like, you're going to college? Why are you doing that? You could just go to this place. Whereas with us, it's like, you're not going to college? Whoa, what are you doing? You know?
What? You don't have a master's?
Right, exactly. So I don't know. I feel like it depends. You touched on something where it's like who like you are. It's like self-awareness. We were talking about that before, and we kind of said like, hey, if you know who you are and you know what you want to do, and you know you need to go to school and get that degree, like for me, like I still need to get my degree. And I'm only going to do it for my mom. So it's pretty funny that you said that, because, like, that's the only reason why.
You got to do it for the moms.
Yeah, like, Mom, she was the first. I'm a first-generation kid. So,
Same.
like, you know, that's huge for immigrant parents, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, it's so big, because it's all their struggles. It's kind of, like, rewarding when they see their kids. Yeah. You know, it's just like, wow, I didn't do it, but they did it. And they did it for me. Their
generation is, like, that's how they were raised. Like, it was go to school and get an education and then, you know, work. And that's big for them. So I think, in a way, they're kind of living through us to be like, my kid got a degree. Even though we're growing up in a different time period. But, you know, not to get too deep. We have a lot of other stuff we want to talk about.
Well, really quick, I just wanted to say that even though school may not be for you, but, like, you just got, you honestly have to educate yourself, regardless.
Yes.
On either...
I like that.
I was never into politics. I'm only into it because of the situation that we're in. Our president, I mean, like...
Right,
But
right.
like honestly, you just gotta be woke. Like once you woke, you good. No one's gonna. Someone tries to arrest you. You know your rights. You know the constitutional. Like you just need to be educated. So even though school's not for you, do your research. Stay woke. Don't be broke.
Ooh, she's dropping nuggets. I like that. That was a good transition. So, stay educated. So just because you're not in school or going to school doesn't mean you can't educate yourself.
No.
Read a book, right? Learn something. You know, maybe you don't have to go to a formal school and take a class, but you can always learn, right? I like that. I'm a big believer in self-education, like reading. I always have a book on me. I always try to tell people that. So that was dope. Like we're on the same wavelength. I love this.
Like the
it's gonna be a good episode, right?
Ooh, you feel it?
I don't know which way he was going, but
Like,
we're going this way.
We're going the same way, same way.
So I want to talk about for 2 seconds. I don't know how much time we have left. Let's see. I'm gonna check my timer, guys. So we got 25 minutes left. Plenty of time.
Okay, we're good.
You said the situation we're in, Mr. I always call him Mr. Trump, but I don't want to call him Mr. Trump because I don't really respect the guy. But that's my own thing. How do you feel about this whole like Trump and like firing the FBI guy and like, or let's start with Trump. Let's start there.
Honestly,
because I know you think there's pros and cons to everything.
There's pros and cons to everything.
What's your pros and cons on Trump right now?
There's honestly, I don't see the pro in Trump being. Honestly, here it is. Yeah, I do. I feel like it's taking America to have a very negative and you have to. Trump is literally America's lowest right now.
Yeah.
Because the world is not even against us because they're like.
Right.
Trump is doing it all
They're
out.
laughing
And like,
at us.
I know they're like, we don't gotta do anything. We don't be. ISIS is like, we're not even gonna mess with you guys. Like,
right.
Trump is gonna like mess you guys up on his own. So whatever.
True.
But like, honestly, that's like the pro is like it's taking for people to see our struggles as a nation through Trump. In order for us to be like, wow, like. That's only pro in it because it's shining light on shedding light on different topics like the race issue, like all these people coming out of the woodworks. It's like there's always been racism and like, but it's taking for this to happen for people to be like, wow, like oh my god, this is like a race issue. Like let's talk about this.
It's bigger than, it's
bigger.
finally like on a mainstream level.
Exactly.
Almost.
People were very like pushing it under the rug and just like let's not talk about this. Like why is it always about slavery? Like or race? And it's like. America was founded on this. Let's be real.
That is true. I feel like I've always said like, because I agree, there's pros and cons to him. The pro I guess is like it's gonna force people to really like get their life together and not be so self-reliant on like, oh, we have the government to like help us essentially. And I'm not talking about like money or like care. I think it's like, hey, we need to make sure we're good first. Like my family, my household. My money, my life, because Trump isn't gonna come out here and care for us. Essentially, that's how I look at it. Like, it's good, it sucks, it's bad, but it's gonna force us to level up in a sense, so we're not so like, oh man,
relying on the government.
Exactly. So, right now, if you guys don't know, Trump fired the director of the FBI. This is only the second time for that to happen in the history of this country, so that's a huge deal. There's a lot of talks of him trying to cover up like this whole Russia thing. Like basically, Russia might have like swayed the elections.
I strongly believe that.
Yeah, like there's a lot of craziness going on right now. The trials just started for the ex FBI director who just got fired. So he's really like he's exposing Trump. Like he's putting a lot out there right now.
I would too.
So
you gonna fire me?
Right.
Coming after you.
So definitely like check that out, guys. We kind of just stumbled onto this topic, so I don't have anything really prepared. And it literally, today was the first day. Before this, I was reading this article on TMZ, and he was talking about, like, one thing that jumped out at me was, like, he said every time he met with him, he took very detailed notes because he felt like Trump was going to, like, twist his words and, like, do this certain thing. So definitely stay in the loop for that. This channel 36 is all about promoting, like, positivity and, education. So, like, definitely go out there, read, be, in tune to what's going on in the world. So now let's transition a little bit more. I have our topics. I think we should jump into our topics right now. So let me pull this up. We have a lot of crazy topics. We have about 20 minutes left. So let me pull this up. So the first thing I want to talk about. This past week, this thing like blew up. There was a Victoria's Secrets model, an African-American female, and they disrespected this girl. Like they just hurt her. I'm gonna have a picture up somewhere for you guys to see. Let me just pull up a picture for Emma, and we'll use this as a reference. So basically, when you model, Emma knows this because she models. You're gonna go to your shoot. They have people to do your hair, your makeup, your wardrobe sometimes, and you know the photographer or whoever, the creative team. Mm-hmm. Now, your makeup, they do it for you. I feel like makeup. I don't know. You can touch on this. Makeup. I feel like it's not as hard as hair because I think I don't know. I feel like with hair, there's so many different variables. Whereas with makeup, I feel like if you've been doing it for a little while, you can adjust to different, you know, face
skin
types
tones,
and skin.
yeah.
Whereas hair is like a whole new piece. Like, so this poor girl, they had her looking crazy. Like her hair was just like.
Oh no.
They just disrespected her.
No.
So, yeah.
No, I didn't see the first one.
You didn't see the first picture?
No, that's so disrespectful.
So you guys are seeing this picture right now. She has that little, you know, struggle ponytail thing going on. So let's talk about this, Emma. You being a model, a female model.
That's so disrespectful.
And a model of color. Mm-hmm. Like, how, like, when you go to these shoots and you see someone doing hair and makeup, like, what goes through your mind? Like, talk about that. Like, give them a perspective.
Okay, normally as the model, you don't have a say. Because it's like, especially if it's not your shoot and you're cast for this, like, for this photo shoot, you have no say. Even if, like, you don't like what they're doing, you just gotta, like, suck it up and just do your job as a model and just, like, work it. Right. So, that is very disrespectful to the African American community and just people of color because every other model that's like Caucasian or a different complexion than she is, their hair is slayed, makeup is done,
right, look at
like
this
the
girl.
wind is blowing in their hair. They're looking, it's amazing. But honestly, when it comes to the modeling world, we're slowly but surely getting there. It's gonna take time for them to adjust to different hair types because originally they always want straight hair. They want manageable hair, you know. So a lot of like women of color, they always felt like, oh, I'm not good enough right now for my natural hair. Exactly. Let me slap on a wig, some weave, a relaxer, you know. But it's changing now because there's different modeling agencies that's promoting natural beauty, natural hair, and especially for people of color. So, but that's so disrespectful. Honestly, I don't even know what I would do if I was in that position. I feel like
Have you ever been in a position where you went to a shoot and they were like, we're gonna do your hair this way? And
not with my hair, with my makeup. Okay. They were like so off with my complexion. One time it was like for a test shoot. It was like a fitness test shoot, and the makeup was like lighter than mine. My face. This happened twice. One time the makeup was lighter, and then I was just like, they whitewashing me. Like, don't do this to me. And then like it was so off, and they didn't even blend it to my neck.
So you look like you have two different skin colors.
It was so bad. Good thing I never seen those photos. I was just like, you know, I was like,
you just knew it was bad.
And then the second time they made me darker than I originally was. Still, they didn't blend it. So I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I've heard stories of this. Like cause it's weird. I've heard like people will go to shoots and they'll have like a white girl, an Asian girl, a very dark skinned black girl because they want it to be diverse. Yeah. But there's a very fine line between diversity and like super stereotypical like craziness. And it's like we all know about the photoshopping and the editing and the makeup and stuff, but like once you have a lineup that diverse, it's crazy how like dark they make the black girl look. And like that's what I think of when I see this. I feel like they made her look like raggedy. I don't know. I don't want to say like her natural hair is raggedy. I just feel like it doesn't look like
not even her
it
natural
was styled.
Hair. Like that's she. It looks like she has a relaxer because you can see her roots. Her roots are like the texture is different. Okay. I
don't know anything about hair, so you're throwing in some like nuggets right
now.
Yeah,
the roots like you can tell someone's hair type by the roots.
Okay.
Not always because I know some people's hair types are different, but like hers like So
they put a relaxer in her hair.
I think they're trying to do is they're trying to do a messy ponytail. Yeah. Like a messy braid. Right. But at the same time, they really did her. There was no justice whatsoever. Right. The whole thing looks a mess. Right. This picture with the bun, that's so disrespectful though. She looks like
It's a struggle bun.
It's a struggle bun.
It's a very big struggle right there.
Yeah.
Like
And you see the hair like sticking out.
Right. The little.
That's no.
That's scary. I just wish anyone who is a model of color, male, female, um, have a team ready. I don't know. I feel like, because what you said earlier is very true. We don't get a lot of control sometimes once we get like, especially once you get into like paid, like especially brands, bigger brands, they have their own creative team and their own this and that. So it's a little harder. But I hope it gets to a point where, you know, people understand that we're all different. So like there has to be different approaches. It's not like one size fits all to hair and makeup. So.
But even their brand, like Victoria's Secret's, like get it together.
Right,
like,
right.
Victoria's Secret's, all these big names like Michael Kors. Like if you're gonna have a model of color, like do them justice. And I know it's not about the model; it's about your brand. Fair to say,
the
totally understand that.
And
but you want to make if I'm modeling I make sure anything that I do it with class and I do it with taste.
Absolutely.
That's Victoria's Secret. That's tasteless. I'm sorry.
I agree. So let's move on from that. Next topic is a little more fun. So this is about Gap. Gap just released a new campaign, a new video. And basically, there's about 14 people in there, but the biggest, and this is why I saw this headline and I chose it. The biggest person was Wiz Khalifa. So it's a campaign about diversity. They have my girl from Quantico. I'm gonna butcher her name. It's like Chopra. Let me try to read it. I'm super sorry. Priyanka Chopra, but she's the girl from Quantico. She's a beast. She's in the shampoo commercials. What is it? Pantene, I believe.
I think it's Pantene.
So it is a very diverse lineup. It's Wiz Khalifa. It's her. There's a guy from the Olympics. There's a former Sports Illustrated supermodel. You guys can click the link in the description with the article for the reference. So basically, Gap put this campaign together to just kind of show the diversity and how everybody comes from a different background. I thought this was I like this. I think it's pretty cool how especially with the music world, they have Wiz Khalifa, who is tatted up, right? He's known for his weed. He's a male of color.
And he has dreads.
I like what they're doing. Like he's wearing a shirt right now that says "Bridging the Gap," and I think nowadays, especially with everything going on in this country, everything that we have, there's such a huge melting pot in the United States that people need to address stuff like this. Like this is dope. I like this. How do you feel about it? What do you
Honestly,
think?
it's really dope. I'm at this. Maybe it's just Wiz Khalifa. Anytime I see like an ad with him, because he's always smiling. Like I never see this man sad.
Yeah, he's probably high in this.
I know.
That's why he has the glasses on.
No,
I think.
he's high.
He has to be high. And how do you feel about like the whole, rappers like coming into the big brands like
fashion world?
Yeah, what is it called? Lil Yachty?
Lil Yachty.
He's the creative director for Nautica. Nautica was big the generation before us, but like that's a huge brand.
Is it Young Thug?
Yeah, Young Thug's doing something as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't remember who, but I know he's working with something right now. So Young Thug's doing something. Who else is there? There's basically
there's a lot.
A lot of like rappers, they're making that transition into like mainstream. Like again, Lil Yachty has Nautica and Target, Sprite. We all know Drake.
Big Sean.
Sprite. What is he doing?
I think he signed with either Nike or Adidas. He
might be Adidas.
I think
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's like you said. Everybody made that transition from rapping and singing to like the fashion world. I mean, look at Rihanna. Like Puma.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Yes.
So we got 12 minutes left. So I'm gonna try to go through. This is a good topic because we're taking a lot of time. So next thing we're gonna talk about this week that really just went viral, really blew up, is Hillary Duff. What's her TV show? The Disney show?
Lizzie McGuire.
Oh my God. So this girl, how old do you think she is?
I think she's late 20s probably.
Late 20s?
29, 28.
29. She was born in 87. So good guess. So Lizzie McGuire is like popping back up because these pictures came up, and I guess the whole thing is like she's thick.
She is
She's thick now, right?
Yes.
So this is the crave. Let's talk about this. I want you to start it off. I'm gonna let because ladies first.
Okay.
So seeing this, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Like, what's your thought process on this?
That she has been eating her collard greens and yams.
She has.
But honestly, it's not about what. Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is, by the way, this picture is from January of this year. So
wow.
It's pretty present.
honestly, I don't think it's about what you eat, but in her legs and her thighs and her quads, like there's definition. So she's definitely has been hitting the gym. Yeah. And I think the thing about like when people see a non-person of color thick, they kind of get like it's a turn on. It's sexy.
Yeah,
it's like the Kardashians. Like people see that sexy, like ooh. Anybody that's not a person of color is like ooh, like damn, like you know, like
where'd that come from?
Where'd that come? You know, it's just like ooh, like does she got like a black man in her life? It's just like what is that? What is that? Right. Why do we associate like body types with?
Know.
You know,
races. Yeah, that's
race
true.
And everything.
That's something I thought about, and that's something I was like kind of wanted to touch on. When I saw this, I agree. I could tell like because if you like you said the definition's there, so I don't think this isn't surgery like a lot of other celebrities. Yeah. So
that's
like
all natural.
It looks natural. Shout out to her. This is huge. Kanye was talking about this in an interview. So not this specifically, but like thick women and like voluptuous women. Even though she's a little thicker, but not voluptuous. But basically, when Kim did her like cover with the naked thing and like the what's it called? I think you know what I'm talking about. So basically, he was saying the thought process behind that is like making thick, curvy women like good, like mainstream, because now it's very skinny, right? It's the petite look. What? This is cool. I think you know, not for me. I like thicker women. I like women who have meat on their bones, and I think a lot of guys do.
I don't know. I feel like thin. I'm gonna disagree with you there. Like I feel like now it's like because I'm a thin woman. I've always been a thin woman.
Thin is dope. Thin is dope too.
Thin slick.
Thin slick. Right. That's a good one too. But go ahead. Continue.
No, but honestly, like so, I feel like in the early 2000s, skinny was in. Being thin was in. It was just like ooh, like I don't know why sizes are become mainstream and in the trend, but like this is like we live in a very cliche society. Right. So now it's all about being thick.
Yeah.
It's all about being thick. Yeah. Like if you're skinny, like being a slimmer person, I already have insecurities about being slim, than like as any other person. But like when you're thick now, it's just like, damn.
Right.
You know, you eat. I can tell your mom is cooking. She's giving you food.
That's true. And Kanye was saying, to touch on Kanye, he was just saying like he has a daughter now. So like when she grows up and if she's doing modeling or if she's going to be in the mainstream or if she's even going to have the same body type as her mother, he doesn't want her to feel like, oh, maybe I need to lose weight, right? So I like that narrative with this. I like the fact that people are like hyping it up, like, oh my gosh, she's thicker, boom, boom, boom. Because that whole skinny thing, I think that should, I don't know. I don't want to downplay anyone who's skinny or throw shade.
No, like, hold on. Where you going with this?
Let me be very selective with my words. I think it's great to look like this, and I also think it's great to look skinny, but I don't think we should, bash people for one or the other. It shouldn't be like this is the only way you should look or this is the best way to look. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. So the fact that we're seeing more of this and more people are like, oh, this is dope, is kind of bringing it up and making everything equal. Yeah. And, fair.
I feel like it's more about accepting your body type.
Yes.
Because as much as I want to be thick, Lord knows I want to be thick. Right. But I came to the conclusion like I'm never really gonna be thick. Maybe when I have a kid or two. Right. But like and if you are thick, embrace your flaws.
Own it.
And you just gotta own that. Own it with confidence.
Yes.
And if you're skinny, own that with confidence. Like you just gotta like. It's all about embracing your flaws, like I said. You gotta know what your imperfections are, and if you can't fix them or change them, just work with what you got.
Word, I love that. So, next topic. We're gonna keep the thick train running. So this is Kim Kardashian. The past week she went on vacation, and this is not about her body because we've already talked about that. You see her swimsuit, right? Mm-hmm. Kim is a mom. There's videos like Snapchats, her taking shots, walking around like this.
Yeah, Kim. This is what Kim's known for. Okay. Like, so if someone that is known for being half naked or naked and got famous from this, I'm not gonna say like from the whole Ray J video, but like like I don't think we should be surprised when she's walking around like this.
Even though she has 2 kids now, how do you feel about that whole kid narrative? Like you're a mom now, you should cover up.
No, I see that's us like shaming women again. Yeah. That's like saying like just because you're a mom, you gotta stop and do things that we expect you to do. Like that whole
you can't dress up in
the whole the patriarchal society kind of thought like the man has to be a man and we don't expect certain things. Like if he does certain things, we're just like, oh, it's okay because he's a man. Right. And if a woman does some things, it's like we expect her to be in the house, cook and clean, take care of the kids, like dress in certain ways. It's like no, like you have every right to flaunt what you got, but respectfully. I agree. Because at the end of the day, you are a mom and you are responsible for another life, and you don't want your kid to like grow up and be like, oh yeah, my mom is known for this, or
very true.
You know, just gotta think about it.
Do you think this is respectful? Is this tasteful?
There's nothing wrong with the swimsuit. I don't, because it's a two-piece. So? I don't know how the front looks like.
Yeah, I don't have a picture of the front. We just have the back. You guys have seen the back. If I find a video, I'll put that in there. It is a two-piece from what I saw, but I agree with everything you said. I feel like I want my wife to be dressing up still when we have 100-200 kids. Doesn't matter. If you're confident, if you're comfortable, do what you got to do. It's not like untasteful. It's not like she's walking around naked. She's on vacation. She's somewhere that's tropical, beautiful. Have fun. I feel like people, like you said, there's so many like different stereotypes and like lanes. And I get it. You're a mom. You have a daughter. But like at the same time,
she want to feel sexy.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. But then again, like I said, what works for Kim may not work for somebody else.
Very true.
And it has to be in agreement with you, your partner, and like your family. Because like at the end of the day, you're not only, you can't think about yourself, even though we should, and it's okay to. But it's like if I do certain things, it's gonna look bad on my family too.
Right.
The Kardashians.
It's a collective.
Exactly.
I like that. So we got a few minutes left. This has been a good episode. Next topic. I hope we run through everything, but this has been a good episode. So, Bill Cosby, his trial just started, and the drama around this is his wife is nowhere in sight. Like he's been going to court, and she's not there. I want to kick this off. I'd feel very hurt if I was, in his position. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I want my wife like my rock by my side.
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe she has her personal reasons, but like husband and wife till death do us part.
See that again? That she's your wife, so she's supposed to.
That's bae. Like you're supposed to support your significant other.
Pros and cons. There's two.
How you feel?
I have two different thoughts. Yes, I completely agree with you. She's your wife. She took a vow to to love and support, thick and thin. Yeah. But at the end of the day, she is her own person. That is true. I feel like in the beginning of the trials, when the whole accusation was happening and unfolding, I feel like it looked. I mean, it's like it looks bad, and she was there for him. And I feel like there's only so much you can take. And she's an older woman too, so she's probably just like, I mean, we don't want the poor woman to die from like stress or like.
She'll be all right.
No.
If she's surviving the stress and the drama, she needs to be in court. I don't know. That's how I feel. Aaron Hernandez, his girl. Granted, she's younger. She was there the whole. She was a ride or die. She was there the whole time.
She's about that life though. She's about that life.
That's true. And she lied for him on stand.
Come on, she's about that life. Yeah. I'm not saying Miss Cosby is not, but I mean, like you said, it's a partnership. But at the end of the day, she's an older woman, and she's at that point where she's just like, you know what, like, and who knows, maybe he actually confessed to her and actually, that he actually did those things. Would you, if you did those things, and you were you're supposed to be my partner, and those things started unfolding, and I now know the truth. Come on.
That's a good point.
You played me, now you want me like to look like.
So death do us part.
Nope. I'm not looking at
So death do us part. The ship's going down together.
You gonna be the captain, go down with your own ship.
So you gonna be I'm
gonna be Rose.
Jack, you gonna let it go? Oh man.
I'm be like.
Oh no.
You there by
I
yourself.
don't know. Like I don't know. There's a lot we don't know too.
There's a lot we don't know.
You made a good point. Maybe she knows something that we don't know and she's not for it. I just hope, because more so on the trial, I don't want him to be guilty. I don't have too much background evidence on this, so I'm not going to speak on it. I love Bill Cosby. I love America's favorite dad. I just hope he comes out of this and like there's not. I feel like
he's
this
old though.
He
Let
is old.
let
He
him
is
die
old.
in peace. Like he's old.
He is old.
Like how
There's
old
a
is
lot
he?
of he's really old. There's a lot of controversy in like I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but in situations where there's like enough evidence and not enough evidence, conspiracy theories tend to like blow up.
Yeah.
So what I mean is there was a lot of talks of he was trying to buy NBC and like own that, and him being a black, like there's not a lot of black owners of these major networks. So that's when all the accusations started coming out. So that's the conspiracy.
But
like
the thing is,
he
that
tried
was
to come
like
in and
years ago.
you do dirt. That's the dirt they uncovered.
It takes 2 years before you can like.
Time's up.
Damn, but it's
Go ahead,
2
finish your
years
thought.
where you can like
Uh-huh.
where you if a crime or
Yeah,
something
like a statute
statutory,
of limitations
like,
or something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
it takes 2 years. So like, where is this coming from? Like.
That's what they're trying to say. Like they're trying to cover this whole thing up and like set him up for like a loss. So hopefully he has good lawyers. I feel like this is the OJ of our generation, like
Facts,
the OJ
yeah.
case,
Yeah.
essentially. Just because he's such a big guy, granted he didn't kill anybody, but
True.
that's it. 36 minutes. We had a lot to cover.
Yes.
We definitely went at it. We had some great points. Emma gave a lot of value. And like I always say, like this platform is to, motivate you guys, is to spread positivity, is to just keep you informed, to entertain you, to educate you, and at the same time to like kind of like not push a narrative, to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's important for us to think about this, whether you're black, white, blue, purple, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I always say, like, I hate watching the news because I turn it on, it's just so negative. It's always, like, a negative twist. So this is my way of, like, talking about things, but not always negative, right?
In a positive way.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, hey, the truth is not always beautiful. It's not always
Very
nice.
true.
So, but as long as we can tell it to you or give you our take on it in a positive light where you can not walk away feeling so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
You take it, you form your opinions. We're not here to sway you, but that's it. 36 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to end it with this. And as I always say, guys, do what you love and love what you do so you can make the rest of your life the best of your life. This is 36. And thank you, Emma, for coming out.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Bye, guys.
Peace. That was good.